That brings our look at Humphrey Bogart's life and career to a close. Next time on Breaking Walls? Well, next time, we head to Europe to follow someone who got out of Dodge just in time for HUAC.
This is Orson Welles, speaking from London. The Black Museum, it's a repository of death. Here in the grimy stone structure on the Thames, which houses Scotland Yard, is a warehouse of homicide, where everyday objects, a phonograph record, a postcard, a color photograph, a simple statuette, all are touched by murder.
Next time on Breaking Walls, we finish off a story we began in episode 79 and continued in episode 104 by telling the final chapter of Orson Welles' radio career, his time in Europe after World War II. The reading material used in today's episode was Lauren Bacall by Myself by Lauren Bacall, Humphrey Bogart by Alan G. Barber, On the Air by John Dunning, Bogart, A Life in Hollywood by Jeffrey Mayers, Network Radio Ratings by Jim Ramsberg, Bogart by A.M. Sperber and Eric Lax, as well as articles from the Chicago Sun-Times, the New York Times, and Variety. On the interview front, Humphrey Bogart and Lauren Bacall spoke with Edward R. Murrow in 1954. Humphrey Bogart and John Huston spoke to George Fisher. Humphrey Bogart also spoke to Ed Sullivan. Morton Fine spoke with Dan Hafley for Spurvac in 1988. Howard Duff and William Spear spoke to Dick Pertell and Ed Corcoran for WTIC's The Golden Age of Radio. Hear these interviews at goldenage-wtic.org. Lorene Tuttle spoke to Chuck Shaden. Hear this chat at speakingofradio.com. Ingrid Bergman spoke to the CBC. And William Holden spoke to Dick Cavett. Selected music featured in today's episode was Manhattan Serenade by Richard Alden, As Time Goes By Herman Hupfeld, and Danse Macabre by Camille Saint-Saëns. Subscribe to Burning Gotham, the new audio soap opera set in 1835 New York City. It's available everywhere you get your podcasts and at burninggotham.com. Special thank you to Ted Davenport, Jerry Hendiges, and Gordon Skeen. For Ted, go to radiomemories.com. For Jerry, visit otrsite.com. And for Gordon, go to pastdaily.com. I'd also like to thank Walden Hughes and John and Larry Gassman of Spurvac. Listen to their shows on the Yesterday USA Radio Network. Breaking Walls episode 141 will finish off a 3-part miniseries on Orson Welles' radio career, which began way back in May of 2018. This episode will be available beginning July 1st, 2023, everywhere you get your podcasts, and at thewallbreakers.com. In the meantime, give Breaking Walls a quick rating on whatever platform you listen, especially iTunes. You can also join the Breaking Walls Facebook group at facebook.com/groups/thewallbreakers. And support this show for as little as $1 a month at patreon.com/thewallbreakers. So until July 1st, my name is James Scully. This has been Breaking Walls episode 140, and I'll catch you on the flip side. Thank you very much.